Hello everyone, welcome to my new lesson video. Today, the topic that I will discuss is all about the concentration of solution. Particularly, I'll show you the different ways of solving the concentration of solution using the percent concentration. I am your teacher, Sir Mark Laroya. Let us first answer this very important question. What is a solution? A solution is a homogeneous mixture with uniform appearance and composition. Let's say we dissolve pure alcohol using water, we form alcohol solution. This mixture of both liquids is a miscible mixture. Another example would be salt is dissolved using water, we form what we call salt solution. This is a type of solution wherein solid is dissolved using a liquid. Components of a solution. In a solution, we have two major components, the solute and the solvent. We add the solute to the solvent to form the solution, or technically, we dissolve the solute using the solvent to form a solution. A solute is the substance dissolved to form a solution. In terms of quantity, solute is the one with less amount. A solvent is the substance that dissolves the solute to form a solution. And when it comes to quantity, solvent has greater amount compared to solute. For example, sugar plus water, we form sugar solution. In this type of solution, sugar is our solute and water is our solvent. Therefore, sugar is the substance that is dissolved to form the solution, using water as solvent, the one that dissolves the sugar. Let us now talk about the solution stoichiometry. When we say solution stoichiometry, it deals with the quantity relationships in reactions taking place in solutions. The term quantity pertains to the amount of both solute and solvent, either by mass or volume, present in a solution. Concentration. It is the amount of solute present in a given mass or volume of solutions. The other way of defining this term concentration is it is the ratio of the amount of solute with respect to the overall amount of the solution. So we are done with the introduction about solution. So let us now proceed with our main topic, which is the percent concentration. In percent concentration, we are determining the percentage of our solute or the amount of solute with respect to the overall amount of our solution. There are three ways of solving or determining the percent concentration. We have the percent by mass, percent by volume, and mass volume percentage. So let us now talk about percent by mass, or that is also the same as percent m over m. Percent by mass is equal to mass of solute over mass of solution times 100%. So as you can see in our formula, it shows that it is the ratio of the amount of solute with respect to the amount of our solution in terms of mass. We multiply this by 100% because we must express our answer or our concentration in terms of percent or percentage. Or the other way or other solution would be mass of solute all over the sum of mass of solute and mass of solvent, and again multiplied by 100%. So that is how we solve the concentration of a solution using percent by mass. Let us solve a problem involving percent by mass. Determine the mass percentage of the solution by dissolving 18 grams of salt using 120 grams of water. In this problem, 18 grams of salt is our solute and the 120 grams of water is our solvent. Using the formula of our mass percentage or percent by mass, we can simply substitute or plug in the values to our formula to solve for the concentration of the solution. And so we have 18 grams divided by 18 grams plus 120 grams times 100%. Simplifying this first, we will have 18 grams all over 138 grams times 100%. So as you can see here, the unit of gram will be cancelled, and so we will be leaving with unitless in terms of mass, for mass rather, and we will be left with the unit of percent. So in this case, our answer now would be the mass percentage or the percent by mass is equal to 13.04%. It means that since we are talking of percentage, we can say that for every 100 grams of our solution, there are 13.04 grams of salt or solute. Let us solve another problem involving percent by mass. What should be the amount of water to be used to dissolve 20 grams of solute to produce a solution with a concentration of 16% by mass? In this problem, we are asked to determine the amount of water or our solvent. The given are the 20 grams of solute and the concentration 16% by mass. We have this formula, mass over the sum of mass of solute plus mass of solvent times 100%, so we can simply derive for the formula of mass of solvent using algebra. But for me, it would be better if we use this other formula, which is percent by mass equals mass of solute over mass of solution times 100%. It is because using this formula, we can solve first for the mass of the solution. And then, when we already determine the mass of our solution, that's the time that we can solve for the mass of solvent. So, plugging in the values, we have the mass percent or the percent by mass, the concentration is 16% equals 20 grams, that is the mass of solute, over the mass of solution times 100%. From here, we can divide both sides by 100% to cancel the 100% on the right side of our equation. So we will have 16% divided by 100% equals 20 grams divided by mass of solution. So as you can see here, the percentage sign will be cancelled, and then we will be left with the unit of gram. So, simplifying this first, we will have 0.16 equals 20 grams over mass of solution. From here, we can now derive the formula for the mass of solution, and that is 20 grams divided by 0.16. So we will have the mass of solution is equal to 125 grams. Take note that this is only the mass of solution. We know that the mass of solution is the sum of the mass of solute and mass of solvent. So from here, we can now solve for the mass of our solvent. The mass of solvent is equal now to mass of solution minus the mass of solute. And so, the mass of solvent will be now equal to 125 grams, that is the mass of our solution, minus 20 grams, which is the mass of our solute. And so, we will be having the mass of solvent is equal to 105 grams, or this is the mass of water needed to dissolve 20 grams of our solute to produce a solution with a concentration of 16% by mass. Let us now proceed with another way of solving percent concentration. Percent by volume. We usually use this way of representing the concentration of a solution, percent by volume, for solutions that are made up of both the solute and solvent are liquids. just like alcohol solution wherein the alcohol, pure alcohol, is a liquid and water is also a liquid. So the formula for percent by volume is the volume of solute all over the sum of the volume of solute and volume of solvent times 100%. Or it could also be, it is the same as volume of solute divided by the volume of solution times 100%. So as you can see here, this time it is also a ratio of the quantity or amount of solute with respect to the overall amount of our solution, but this time in terms of volume. Let us now solve a problem involving percent by volume. Determine the volume percentage of a solution by dissolving 100 ml of ethyl alcohol using 300 ml of water. In this problem, our given are the volume of our solute, which is the ethyl alcohol, which is equal to 100 ml, and the volume of our solvent, the water, which is equal to 300 ml. To solve this, we simply use the formula for the volume percentage. So we have now 100 ml, which is the volume of our solute, all over the sum of the volumes of two components, 100 ml plus 300 ml, times 100%. In this solution, the unit of ml will be cancelled and we will be living with percent or percentage. So the volume percentage will be equal to 25%. This is the percent by volume, the concentration of our solution wherein 100 ml of ethyl alcohol is dissolved using 300 ml of water. Another problem to solve involving percent by volume. Determine the amount of ethyl alcohol to be dissolved in 350 ml of water to produce 70% by volume of solution. In this problem, our given are the volume of our solvent is 350 ml and that is the water, and our concentration of our solution is 70%, that is in terms of percent by volume. To solve this, using our formula, volume percentage is equal to the volume of solute all over the volume of solute plus volume of solvent times 100%. All we have to do is to plug in the values or of our given to the given formula. So we have now 70% is equal to the volume of solute all over volume of solute plus 350 ml times 100%. So in this solution to solve our problem, you must again solve this using your skill in algebra. So what we're going to do first is to divide both sides by 100%. So we will now have the percent sign will be cancelled and the 100% on the right side will also be cancelled, and we will be leaving with 0.7 equals the volume of solute all over the volume of solute plus 350 ml. From this solution, or at this stage of our solution in solving the amount of our solute, we need to multiply both sides of our equation with our denominator. So the denominator on the right side of our equation will be cancelled. So 0.7 is now multiplied with volume of solute plus 150 ml equals the volume of solute. So on the right side of our equation, the denominator is already cancelled. Distribute the value 0.7 to volume of solute and 150 ml, or should we say multiply 0.7 to the entire quantity volume solute plus 150 ml. So we will now have 0.7 of volume of solute plus 105 ml, which is the product of 0.7 times 150, equals volume of solute. In solving for the unknown, we must combine like terms, and usually we put the terms with the unknown on the left side of the equation and the constants on the right side of the equation. So rearranging this, we will now have the volume of solute minus 0.7 volume of solute equals 105 ml. So we will now have 0.3 volume of solute equals 105 ml. As you can see here, our unknown volume of solute still has a coefficient of 0.3. To get rid of this, we must divide both sides of our equation with 0.3. So 0.3 will be cancelled on the left side of our equation, and the solution now would be, for solving the volume of our solute, is 105 ml divided by 0.3. So the volume of our solute is now equal to 350 ml. That means we have to dissolve 350 ml of ethyl alcohol, our solute, using 150 ml of water, our solvent, for us to produce a solution with a concentration of 70% by volume. Finally, we proceed now with the mass volume percent, or this is one way of representing the concentration of our solution with respect, or with the use of mass of our solute with respect of the volume of the solution. So the formula for mass volume percent is equal to the mass of solute all over volume of solution times 100%. So again, as you take a look at our formula, the ratio is between the mass of solute with respect to the volume of our solution, and we multiply this by 100 because we must express this in terms of percentage. So let us determine the concentration of a solution in terms of mass volume percent by dissolving 35 grams of salt using enough amount of water to produce 140 ml of solution. So in this case, we have 35 grams of our solute, which is to be dissolved using water as our solvent, having the volume, or we should say enough amount of water until such time that we reach the volume of 140 ml for our solution. So all we have to do is to simply plug in the values to our formula, and we will have 35 grams of our salt divided by the volume of our solution, which is 140 ml, times 100%, that is now equal to 25%. So that means the concentration of our solution when we dissolve 35 grams of salt using enough amount of water, uh, producing 140 ml of solution, the concentration is 25%. So how do we prepare this solution? So what we do is we measure an amount of 35 grams of our solute, which is the salt, and then combine it with water. Now, as you dissolve the salt with water, you add an additional amount of water until you reach the volume of 140 ml. So that is 140 ml of solution. So that is how you prepare a solution if you're going to represent or determine your concentration in terms of mass volume percent. And finally, for our last problem, we have here, what is the mass of glucose dissolved in water that produces 250 ml of 12% mass volume percent of solution? So we are asked to determine the mass of our solute, and the given are the volume of our solution, which is 250 ml with a concentration of 12% by mass volume percent. So using the formula, Mass volume percent is equal to the mass of solute over volume of solution times 100%. First, let us plug in the values to our formula. So we have 12% equals mass of solute, the unknown, all over 250 ml, the volume of our solution, times 100%. In this case, or at this stage, we can divide both sides by 100%. So we will have 12% divided by 100% equals the mass of solute over 250 ml. So the unit of percentage, or the percentage sign will be cancelled, and then we will be leaving with 0.12 equals mass of solute over 250 ml. Since this is percentage of mass over volume, so for 0.12 we can use for the meantime the unit gram per ml. So we can use this, so we will be able to determine the unit of our unknown later as we proceed with our solution. So we have now the mass of solute is equal to 0.12 gram per ml times 250 ml. So as you can see here, the unit of ml will be cancelled, and we will be living with the unit of mass in terms of grams. So the mass of solute now is equal to 30 grams, and that is the mass of our solute, which is the glucose. So that means we're going to dissolve 30 grams of glucose using 250 ml, or using enough amount of water until we reach 250 ml of the solution, having a concentration of 12% by mass volume percent. Thank you very much for watching this lesson video. I hope you learned something new that is helpful and very useful in your study in chemistry. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video to your friends and classmates. Thank you, see you again next time, and God bless.